Hello and welcome to Winter Disco Tabletop Gaming. In this video we are checking out the pre-order releases for Games Workshop and Forge World for the 5th of September 2020. And we have the first wave of the Lumineth Realm-Lords, which I'm very excited about because I've been wanting to get my hands on these for some time now. So let's go check it out. The first one we have is the new Battletome for $70, which is $70 Australian. As usual, I don't have the overseas prices from Games Workshop, so that hasn't actually gone up for pre-order yet, so I can't actually give you that info. But we'll just go off the Australian prices. And by the time you see this, everything will be up online for overseas as well. So the Battletome, $70, pretty standard for a Battletome. So we can see in here a whole bunch of lore. And then I'm trying to make it out because my eyes are horrible, even with my glasses. It's very blurry. Looks like a little bit more lore, and then it starts to go into the army. So there could be some more Warscrolls in here and models that we don't know about yet. I haven't gone in and had a good look. Looks like there is... No, that's the Twin Stone, so that's one of the Endless Spells. But as far as I can tell, it looks like everything has been announced based on that. So there you go. I'm not going to find anything super special in there. And I think a lot of the rules have already been released anyway. Some beautiful art. I do love... I am coming more and more around to the design. I still don't like the big horns there, but, you know, each to their own. And fighting against Slaaneshi demons, which is very on point. So there we go. The books always, like, the design is beautiful. I really love them. So yeah, $70. So it's 90 pages, which isn't a lot. So it's almost like $1 a page. Ooh, a bit expensive. So you get 2 spell laws, 2 battle plans, 13 war scrolls, different battalions, a whole bunch of stuff. So what you would typically get in a Battletome. So let's move on. You can also get the PDF version, which you can get at Warhammer Digital. So essentially the same thing. Now the models. This boy, the Light of Eltharion, $70. I assumed it was going to be around 60-70 Australian. And there you go. I've already pre-ordered this one. I think this is one of the more striking models that Games Workshop have put out in a long time. The pose is very strong. The design work is very strong. There's no mistaking what this model is. And I think it's most likely it will probably be used as one of the Golden Demon models. Now they've gone the way of, here's a model, paint that. I think that's really nice. Oops, so if we bring that back up, let's look at the 360. And it's just like a technical marvel. I really love it. Like there's some very little tiny point in there that connects the leg to the body and things like that. It's quite beautiful. I'm very excited to get my hands on it. And when I do, I will do an unboxing and a build video. So there's some more close-ups. Yeah, it's just an exquisite model from any angle you look at, really. And the sprue, pretty straightforward. It's monopose, but it has a really nice base. And there it is there. Next up, we have the Archmage Teclis and Celennar, Spirit of Hysh. This model is impressive to say the least. I love everything about it except one thing. And I think if you have seen my video about that, you can go watch it now. If I remember to put a card in the top corner. If not, let me know in the comments, but it will be in the video notes. Specifically his face. I don't like his face. Everything else I love, absolutely love and adore. From the destroyed base, which is very thematic for what the Lumineth Realm-Lords are all about. They're timeless, blah, blah, blah. I won't go into detail. I've gone into that several times before. But yeah, it's a very strong posed. Technically brilliant. Like he's hanging on by his cape, which is, it's really cool. Oops. Let's go to the next image. And we have the Celennar itself with the sort of ivory marble mask, which I love. I love it. Something creepy, ancient about it. That is really nice. And there's Teclis himself. It's his face. I don't like his face. It's a very long face. I don't like the eyes. They don't seem to really match the rest of the Realm-Lord's range for some reason. And yes, he's slightly separate because he's the god. But yeah, something about it. I don't particularly mind the horns on this one for some reason. I don't mind it. So you look at the sprues, you get a lot for the wings, which are very nice. You could definitely use those wings for other things I think that'd be really cool. And the base takes up like half a sprue itself. I guess it does need that heavier side on that side to outweigh where Teclis is, because it will just topple over if it doesn't have that weight at the back. So there you go. So this is 280. It is an expensive model, but generally every range in Age of Sigmar has one of these $280 price points, thereabouts. I think the goblins don't. But yeah, I think it's really cool. I mean, check out the video that I've linked in the description, and yeah, you can get some more info about what I think about it. But yeah, 280. Now we have the Scinari Cathallar. I'm still not sure if this is a named character or if it's a unit name. I still haven't quite figured it out yet, but that's 49 Australian. So not a bad price if it is a character. It is a really dynamic model, and dynamic, I mean like through, there's a lot of wind going on. Everything is moving in a certain direction. It is going to be an extreme challenge to paint, particularly from that face. When we get a close-up, we'll have a better look at that. But it will challenge you from an artistic and technical perspective, which is not a bad thing. But yeah, there's a lot of... I love this model. So I have picked it up, and we'll do an unboxing on the channel. And even like her hair going all the way down, which you don't even realize from the front. And again, it's still in that same way of movement, same direction as everything else. So it's a very nice model. And you can see the face there. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be like a really good model to paint, to really push yourself, I think, particularly from this face area. I really love it for that sheer fabric. And sometimes you may not even have to do it sheer. You can do it as a completely different fabric, which I'm sure a lot of people will, but there. It'll give you something to challenge yourself with. And there's the sprue here. A lot of pieces. I particularly like this piece. And the, I guess the horn pieces, I don't know what we're calling them. I think that's really cool. You could take a lot of that and put it onto other models, which is very nice. And it comes in a blister pack. So that is $49. Yeah, I like it. So I picked it up, which is good. Then we have the Auralan Sentinels. So these for $98, which is pretty much the stock standard price for baseline battle units now. Some archers. They're all sort of somewhat different. I think this sprue is probably like doubled at some stage. But we do get this funky fella here with the hawk, which is really nice. There's a lot of bits and pieces to these models, which are really nice. Very sleek. Even the armor, it feels very like it's very well made and not battered or bruised, because these guys are elves, so they're going to take care of everything and magically repair things. So really cool bows. Be like a triple whatever they're called. I don't know much about bows, but yeah, no, they're really nice models. I like them. I'm not going to go through every single one of them. We'll go through this one. So the stances are all the same. There are slight differences, like on the armor sigils and a few other bits and pieces. Some of the tassels are different, so not too much variation in there, but you do get a lot of nice, interesting things. I like it. Yeah, I do love this piece here, which you can either have holding or it goes on top of one of the standards, which is nice. And with the sprues, they're pretty small sprues. I was surprised by that. So you must get a couple in there. They're probably replicated a couple of times in that. So yeah, you get a lot of bits and pieces, and heads are separate, which is really cool. So you can sort of mix and match. So if we read the description, where is it? So you get 10. Sometimes they say how many sprues there are. No, it doesn't say. But yeah, you can use 10. Choice of bows, quivers, and more. So you get a really distinct looking battle line. So $98 for that one. Then we have the Wardens, which again, $98, which I think is pretty much the standard now. So basically similar, different heads, different shields, and probably two or three different body poses. So nothing overly crazy. I do love the base design with all the wheat and everything. I love how they're really pushing the bases, particularly for not just the characters, but the leaders of units. I like it. So they have big, long spears, which which is kind of cool. I love the work on the back. It's like the attention to detail, not just from the model designers, but from a lore and background perspective of these types of models. It makes sense that everything is finely crafted. And we've got a few more. We won't go through them all. Yeah, I do like them. I don't particularly like the feathery bit. You could probably replace them with the Sentinel. Is it the Sentinels? These are the Wardens. Yeah, so the Sentinels, you could replace their heads. I think that would be really cool. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I like it. I like them. And then you get sprues, shields, and different bits and pieces. So also there's only a few different things. So maybe all the bodies are slightly different, but I'm not 100% sure on that without going through and getting the models themselves and putting together to really tell. But yeah, 10 models in that one. So that is $98. And we've still got some more things because this is a launch for this faction. We get the Warscroll cards for $40, which I really like. I wish that 40k would do something a bit similar to this. I know they did a little bit, but I wish they would do it. I know with Age of Sigmar, with limited knowledge of the actual game, everything is very stock. You buy a model, that's what you get. You don't have that much leeway in what you can add to them or not. But I like it. I think they're really cool. So, usual, nothing too out there on that. You get a whole bunch of different tokens with some Aether Quartz because that's part of their rules. So it has 10 War Scrolls, 3 of the Spell War Scrolls, and a whole bunch of other stuff, tokens and things like that. So there we go, and it comes in a nice little funky box. So that is $40. Again, the same price for what you can get. Even more models, okay, the Endless Spells. $60 for the pack of Endless Spells. Pretty straightforward. Again, look at the description below. I'll link to one of the videos that I talk about these Endless Spells. I don't really talk about the rules themselves, just the models and the lore behind them. But they're kind of cool. I particularly like the twin stones, I think they're called. Just because it's just, from a technical perspective, I just love the design work and how it just sits there and floats. I think that's really cool. Then we have this one, which is I can't remember off the top of my head, I think it's the Ruin Sigil, I think. But that's really cool how it just sort of sits there, just up like that, and sort of hovers. That's really nice. And then the 3 bits which create I think it's the Sanctum, which is really nice. And more stuff, of what they look like. So it looks like the twin stones are split in half, which makes sense. And you just stick them together. What else we got? Lots of crackling stuff, which is cool. This bit down the bottom will go into that earth bit, which is actually, I love the texture and the detail on that earth bit. That's really cool. And then you get the other one. There you go. That's it, $60 for 3 of the Endless Spells. And I'm assuming they don't come with the rules. That's a big assumption I'm making. But it doesn't say anything about rules. So, but if you're going to get them, you'd probably likely get the rulebook anyway, or the Battletome. More stuff. We've got the dice. The $60 dice set, which is very expensive, but these dice are funky. Really very strange. And they're really big too. Surprisingly big. So, yeah, I haven't really thought about these dice too much. I don't mind the design at all. Interested to see how they roll. It looks like the small edges have a sort of round to it, so it's not just going to land on that, it'll tip over. Yeah. What can you say about them? Expensive for dice, but, if you're going to go all out in this army and this is what you're going to play, maybe you'll want them. I don't know. It's up to you, whatever you want to do with your life. $60. Finally, we get the hardback Realm-Lords book, $40 by Dale Lucas. Bit of a thing here. When disaster strikes their mountain home, a trio of Alarith Stoneguard must gather a band of heroes to stop vile Slaaneshi Hedonites from devastating the entire realm. Lovely. That's it. If you want to pick that up, go for it. So that's all the Games Workshop ones. Forge World. I do have another video already about these dice, and we look at each of the dice set in particular, but we finally have prices and pre-order. Actually, the pre-orders came out yesterday, I believe, because I had a look. $46 for these dice. I'm not going to go through all of them because this video is running already long for a pre-order video. But you get, how many dice do you get? 20. 19 D6s and a scatter dice. So you're going to get the Legion markings on for the 6 for each of the set, and then scatter dice, and then different colours for each set. So $46 Australian. There you go. One for each Legion. Good stuff. And that's it. So, yeah, like I said, I've picked up the Light of Eltharion and the Scinari Cathallar. So we'll do unboxing and building on the channel when that comes in, probably like in a week and a half, maybe a fortnight, depending on the schedule for videos. And yeah, that's it. Let me know in the comments what you're most interested in. I'm also interested in these dice, but they're very expensive. But, of course, where is it? This one. This is what I'm most excited about. I've been waiting for this for a long time. So I'm very excited to get my hands on that and put it together and do a follow-along build. So, that's it. Leave a comment what your favorite is. Definitely subscribe to the video, and I will see you next time.